I never imagined my life would change so drastically the day I stumbled upon that old, forgotten map. As a junior researcher at the Lunar Academy, my days were filled with the mundane, cataloging ancient artifacts, deciphering old texts, and daydreaming about the adventures I'd never have. Until that fateful afternoon. "Cassie, you're going to be late for the briefing," called Professor Alder, his voice echoing down the marble corridors of the academy. "I'm coming," I replied, hastily shoving the dusty map into my satchel. Little did I know, that piece of parchment would set the stage for an adventure beyond my wildest dreams. The briefing room was abuzz with excitement. The professors and senior researchers had discovered an anomaly on Vega, a distant planet we had long thought barren. As I slipped into my seat, Professor Alder began. "Today, we stand on the brink of a monumental discovery," he announced, his eyes sparkling with fervor. "A structure has been detected beneath Vega's surface. We need a team to investigate." I felt a surge of adrenaline. This was it, the chance I'd been waiting for. As the briefing continued, my mind raced. The map in my bag seemed to hum with potential. After the meeting, I approached Professor Alder. "Sir, I have something that might be of interest," I said, pulling out the map. His eyes widened as he examined it. "Cassie, where did you find this?" he asked, awe in his voice. "In the archives, buried under a pile of old star charts," I replied. "I think it might lead to something important on Vega." "Then it seems you've just volunteered for the expedition," he said with a grin. And just like that, I was thrust into the heart of the mystery. The next morning, our team assembled at the spaceport. There was me, Cassie Rynes, the eager researcher, Professor Alder, our wise and steady leader, Dr. Thalia Maren, a brilliant xenobiologist with a sharp wit, and Captain Jax Thorne, the rugged and fearless pilot. "So, you're the one who found the map, huh?" Jax said, giving me a playful nudge as we boarded the ship. "Yeah, just a lucky find," I replied, trying to hide my nerves. "Well, let's hope your luck holds out," he said with a wink. As we launched into the void, I felt a mix of excitement and trepidation. The journey to Vega was long, but our conversations kept the atmosphere light. "Cassie, tell us more about this map," Thalia prompted one evening over dinner. "It's ancient, possibly predating any known civilizations," I explained. "The markings suggest a hidden chamber on Vega, but we'll have to investigate to be sure." Thalia nodded, her eyes twinkling with curiosity. "Sounds like we're in for quite the adventure." We landed on Vega's surface, the barren landscape stretching out before us. The air was thick with anticipation as we donned our gear and set out towards the coordinates marked on the map. "Stay close and keep your eyes peeled," Professor Alder instructed, his tone serious. As we trekked across the rocky terrain, I couldn't shake the feeling that we were being watched. The wind howled around us, and the sky darkened with looming storm clouds. "There it is," Jax said, pointing to a faint outline in the distance. The structure was half buried, its ancient stones weathered by time. "Let's get a closer look," Thalia suggested, her voice filled with excitement. We approached the entrance cautiously. The door was adorned with strange symbols, identical to those on the map. "Looks like your find was right on the money, Cassie," Jax said, giving me a proud smile. I touched the door, and it creaked open, revealing a dark corridor leading into the depths of the structure. With a deep breath, we stepped inside. The interior was a labyrinth of twisting passages and hidden traps. As we navigated the maze, Thalia's sharp eyes and quick reflexes saved us more than once. "Watch your step," she warned, pointing to a pressure plate on the floor. "One wrong move and we could trigger something nasty." "Thanks for the heads up," I reply, carefully stepping over it. After what felt like hours, we finally reached the central chamber. The room was vast, its walls covered in intricate carvings depicting scenes of an ancient civilization. "Look at this," Professor Alder said, his voice filled with awe. These carvings tell the story of a powerful artifact, hidden here for millennia. In the center of the room stood a pedestal, and on it, a glowing orb pulsated with energy. This must be what the map was leading us to, I said, my heart pounding with excitement. Be careful, Thalia warned. We don't know what kind of power it holds. As I reached out to touch the orb, a voice echoed through the chamber. Who dares disturb the sanctuary of Vega? We spun around to see a figure emerging from the shadows. It was a tall, imposing being with eyes that glowed like stars. I am Cassie Rynes from Earth, I said, trying to keep my voice steady. We mean no harm. We seek knowledge and understanding. The figure studied us for a moment before nodding. You have shown courage and respect. The artifact you seek is the Heart of Vega. It has the power to heal or to destroy. The figure introduced himself as Arendor, the last guardian of Vega. He explained that the Heart of Vega was a source of immense power, capable of great good or terrible destruction. Our civilization fell because we misused its power, Arendor said, his voice tinged with sorrow. It must be protected. We promise to keep it safe, Professor Alder said. We will use it to learn and to help others. Arendor nodded. Very well. The Heart of Vega is yours to protect. But beware, for there are those who would seek to use it for evil. As we prepared to leave, Arendor gave us a final warning. Remember, the power of the heart lies not in the artifact itself, but in the hearts of those who wield it. With the Heart of Vega safely secured, we began our journey back to the ship. The atmosphere was charged with a sense of accomplishment and responsibility. We did it, Jax said, clapping me on the back. You found the map, and now we've found the heart. It's a team effort, I replied, smiling at my companions. And it's just the beginning. The return journey was filled with excitement as we discussed the potential of the Heart of Vega. Thalia was particularly intrigued by its potential to heal. Imagine what this could do for medicine, she said, her eyes shining with hope. We could save countless lives. Or destroy them if it falls into the wrong hands, Jax added, his expression serious. Which is why we need to be careful, Professor Alder said. We must ensure it's used wisely. As we approached Earth, I couldn't help but reflect on how far we'd come. From the dusty archives of the Lunar Academy to the distant planet of Vega, our journey had been nothing short of extraordinary. Back at the Academy, we were greeted as heroes. The Heart of Vega was placed in a secure facility, and plans were made to study it further. Cassie, you've done something incredible, Professor Alder said, his eyes filled with pride. You've opened a new chapter in our understanding of the universe. It's only the beginning, I replied, my heart swelling with pride and anticipation. As I walked through the corridors of the Academy, I felt a sense of purpose and excitement for the future. The adventure had changed me, and I knew there were more discoveries to be made, more mysteries to unravel. And so, with my friends by my side and the vastness of space before us, we prepared for whatever lay ahead. For in the infinite expanse of the cosmos, there were always new horizons to explore and new stories to tell. The end of one adventure is just the beginning of another. As long as we have the courage to seek out the unknown, the spirit of discovery will guide us to the stars and beyond.